Years.
I mean, I don't find it so difficult. And plus, in the Florida, it's kind of a retiree state, so I feel like I can play and then just glide into retirement. I think I can. I think it's a yes.
You know, there's a little spin to that question. I think it's, will Giselle let Tom play till 50? That's the real question.
That is a way better question. And in fact, why would they not Google that? I think they should. That was, of course, no. That answer.
I'm so smart. I'm the Google master.
I'm just kidding. Now. I'm sorry, babe. I love you. You would let me. You'd let me do anything as long as I'm happy.
So, Shannon, was Brady being silly or serious?
I think he's being silly. Skip, before I go any further, I mentioned earlier about the defensive coordinator for the Chargers being Gus Bradley. Gus Bradley is not the DC. He's in for the Raiders.
Yes.
A young guy named Ronaldo Hill is the DC. Young brother. He was with Denver with Staley when he was in Denver under Vic Fangio. They went to the Rams, and now he's doing a great job at the Chargers. I want to make sure I give people their credit, and so instead of giving somebody else their credit. Skip, I don't believe Tom Brady is serious. As Gronk mentioned, that's 6 years from now, Skip. And I get it, the way they protect the quarterback, but I just don't. I've said this before, and I'm going to stick with this, Skip. I believe Tom plays this year and next year. We've been going back and forth, and I thought he was going to be gone at 2016. So I thought 2016 was going to be his last year.
2016, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21.
So now we're at 21.
Okay.
So now I'm going to reassess that, Skip. I'm going to say 2022 will be Tom Brady's last season. He's going to retire at the age of 45, and that will be it. No, I do not believe Tom Brady is going to play until he's 50 years of age. And it's easier to Skip. I mean, he's probably looking at himself right now like, well, damn, I probably could, considering that I didn't get hit last Thursday night. And, you know, I'm feeling pretty good. You know, he probably popped up out of bed, Skip, didn't take any hits. Weird, you and I both know.
He got hit twice, sacked none. Okay.
They pushed him down.
They did. Donovan Wilson pushed him down on that blitz when he hit Gronk with a touchdown.
So Skip, maybe a little backside, a little sore, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Not the normal bumps and bruises that most quarterbacks is going to feel. But Skip, no, I don't believe so. I believe he was like, could he play to 50? He's good like 50, thinking about it. He's like, nah. And I believe even Giselle's going to draw the line at some point in time, Skip. She's like, hold on, Tommy. We talking about this. You said 2008. And here we are 14 years later. I don't know if I'm going to go another two. I don't know if I'm going to go another 6 years. So, Skip, I just believe he's been silly. I don't believe he's serious talking about playing until he's 50 years old. I've heard some other people mention something about that age. But I'm going to say 45. I believe 2022 will be Tom Brady's last season.
Shannon Sharp. This man has become your worst nightmare.
Nah.
He is your Freddy Krueger.
Nah.
He is your Jason. He will not die. He just keeps coming back and coming back and coming back.
Yeah.
Better and better, stronger and stronger. And even though I will give you, this is Tommy and Gronky, and it's hard to take it too seriously when they're sitting in front of a kiddie pool.
Yeah, with rubbing
with oversized mirror sunglasses on, right? Acting like Dumb and Dumber, like trying to out-dumb each other and just cutting up and acting goofy, silly. I give you all that. But I think I've watched Brady's interviews enough to know when he suddenly clicks on serious. And I thought he started out being a little goofy with the answer, and then there was one dead serious, deadpan line in the middle of it. I don't find it so difficult. And I thought that was straight from his heart because he's just saying, I'm just doing what I've always done. And it's not that hard because I just keep on doing it because I love doing it. So he's like 50, and then the last line was, I think it's a yes. Well, that rang true to me that I believe his goal is to play until 50 because all of his goals are all-time goals. He is shattering all the molds. That's why I think 20-0 would be such a big deal to him this year. They will be favored to win every game. Is it against all odds? You better believe it. It's 1,000,000 to 1 that they would go 20-0. But they will be favored. And given health, obviously, given his health and everybody else's health.
I'm going to take the Rams being favored over them.
Okay, well, maybe, but right now Fox Bet says they will favor the Bucs over the Rams. Well, that's coming up in a couple of weeks, so we'll see pretty quickly what they are made of. But the point is, he's building monuments. Maybe a 20-0, maybe playing to 50, maybe this, maybe that. All the all-time records, obviously longevity records, will all be his.
No.
Maybe he could win an 8th or who knows, maybe even a 9th Super Bowl. Right. Could he get to 10 Super Bowls? Well, that's what he's thinking of because, as he said a long time ago, I don't want Montana. I want Jordan.
Right.
Well, that was when he wanted to get to 6 Super Bowls, and now he's to 7.
Right. I just think the thing is, Skip, like I said, I think that when you look at it, you're like, oh, I feel good. But there are going to be some mornings that he's going to get pressured, and he's going to get knocked down, he's going to get sacked about 2 or 3 times.
You remember Thursday night at Chicago?
Yeah.
I promise you he was sore after that game.
And I promise you ask him the next morning, Tom, you believe you can play the 50? He go like, hell nah. I'm just hoping I can play next week. And I think that's, look, Skip, Tom is exceeded even his most lofty expectations.
Yep.
If somebody would have told him when he got into the league, Tommy, you know you're going to play 20-plus years,
yep,
he'd be like, get out of here.
Okay.
But he's done a great job of taking care of himself, with the exception of that 1 year, Skip. He's had that one injury. That's it. Other than that, Skip, he's really not had an injury that caused him to miss even a week.
Although he played last year, according to him, I think you're still a little skeptical.
Yeah, I'm a little skeptical.
On a torn MCL that he got fixed soon after the parade.
Right.
A torn MCL he played all year with.
Even if that's the case, Skip, because of his position that he plays and the movement that is not required of him. Now, Michael Vick, Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson, they're not playing with that injury.
Daniel Jones.
No, because so much of what they do is required on movement. But because Tom is basically not really trying to go anywhere, you know, that little roll outside, that caught the Cowboys by surprise.
It did.
Because I'm expecting him to be one place. When you play a guy like Tom
Caught
Brady,
me by surprise. I didn't know he had that in him.
It's like when you play a guy like Tom or you play a guy like Peyton, you like, okay, this is where they're going to be, guys. That's it.
Okay. What did he say going into the opener? I feel free now, like I can play free.
Right.
And he showed you at least on one play, that's pretty free for Tom Brady.
But I don't believe he can. I don't believe he will. I don't believe he can play until the age of 50. Like I said, I'm going to go 2022. I think I'm going to step out there and say, well, that'll be 22. That'll be 23 seasons. He's already exceeded anything a quarterback has ever. The primary position. Now, obviously, Blanda played till he's 48, but at that point in time, Skip, he was a kicker. We saw Vinatieri retire, 46, Skip, but he was a kicker. We've never seen a guy play the primary position of quarterback or any primary position. I think Bruce Matthews, maybe Jackie Slater, they might have played, Skip, until they're like 40, 41, 42. And, you know, that's tough playing an offensive line position because you banging every play. But for a quarterback, a guy to have a primary position to be 44, heading into 45 and still playing at an elite level.
Yep.
We see some snappers. They snap the ball, they 40 years, 41 years old. Still, I mean, okay, get that. That's cool and everything. But for him to play at this level, and that's the thing that you got to appreciate, for LeBron to play at that level, even though he's 30, but to play 19 years because he came straight out of high school, that's still 19 years is 19 years.
Yep.
When you start, it doesn't matter. So kudos to him. It's unbelievable. I didn't think anybody could do it. I definitely didn't think a quarterback could play until he's 44. Kicker, punter, yeah. They don't really take every once in a while they might get blasted. But Tom, I'm gonna say he plays 20. This is 22 seasons. So I'm gonna say he plays 23 seasons. He retires at 45, rides up into the sunset, and then good luck with Mahomes or whomever else the great quarterbacks that's coming along, trying to catch what he set forth.
Okay. I believe 50. And I do believe he was being completely, utterly, painfully honest that it does become a Giselle question is the biggest question.
Of course.
What has she voiced publicly? Her biggest concern is concussions.
Yeah.
I believe he suffered a concussion at Chicago. I think that's why he was doing, we got another down left, right?
Yeah.
I think he got dinged. I think they swept it under their little carpet down there in Tampa, and I'm not sure even she was aware that he was dinged.
Yeah, I'm shocked if every player doesn't have at least one during the season.
Okay.
It's too. I don't care what position you play.
Right.
Oh, you get your bail wrong.
Okay, but he said at the end, you know, I'm paraphrasing how he said it, but you've told me that you'd do anything to help me stay happy, and this is what makes me happy, and I believe that.
Well, what she's like, okay, Tommy, what about me being happy? You know, I know you said that you like being happy, but I like being, and plus, Skip, you got to understand, he's got a son now starting to get into the age that he's going to start playing sports, and he's going to want to like, hold on, man, I done missed out on a lot of things. So, you got to weigh that.
I got it, but I think he's still obsessed.
Oh, there's no question about it. But, Skip, most guys will always be obsessed because you're never going to find anything to replace that.
No.
You can't play enough golf unless you're going to get on a tour and you ain't nobody that good.
Can't.
There's nothing you can do.